What is up, baby 8 molars? It's me. Well, you already know. With
Me, I'm wagging fruit. Hey, you guys.
hey,
I'm
you
so excited for
guys.
another season of Baby 8 Moles.
Yeah, look at all the babies. We have 16 babies this time.
That's so many
Jesus fucking
babies.
Christ. These
Didn't
are
we all wait, no, we had
we had
12 babies
12. We
before,
had
right?
12, and we had 12. We always had
Wow.
12. We've expanded to four more babies.
We had more children. This is
Although
awesome.
some of these babies are coming,
What?
they're coming back. I
Oh.
I started choking in the middle of my sentence.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
My bad,
That
my
was
bad.
weird.
So in typical baby division fashion, we are going to go through all the teams in
Hmm.
order and we're going to give our thoughts. It's not really PRs because we're not going to rank them, but we are going to say which one's the best and which one's the worst. And if you're the worst, you are embarrassed.
Yep.
And you're like, oh ho ho.
Yeah, you're probably gonna start crying like that. And sound like a little bitch, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe a little bitch.
Yep.
Yep. It's
Hold
gonna
on
be
a
really
second. I got to grab
embarrassing.
my Popeyes biscuit.
What the hell? Give me some of that.
Give me that. No, you are KFC in my house.
No, I didn't. I keep
You
offering, but
do.
you won't let
Yeah,
me.
because I don't want it. Give me a different chicken.
Hey, everybody in the comments, if you want 40 buckets of KFC mailed to your house, but you have to eat it all in one sitting, and if you can't, you have to pay for it. Put it in the comments.
I'm
I'll
gonna
send it
mute
to you.
you. No, don't do that. All right, let's start. Let's start because we're gonna be here all fucking day talking
Yep.
about chicken.
Well, you had to stuff some in your fucking mouth,
I didn't
so
eat it. I said
get
I
on
said
with it.
maybe. I had to grab it. I didn't eat it yet.
You just grabbed at it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
grabbed it. I picked it up. Let's start out with Frost's team, the Quaboing Quad Five.
Frost getting a high pick once again to get Jin Pao
Yeah,
once again.
this dude pulling
He
out
got
with
he,
two
he
terabytes
got
of Chien
first. He
Pao.
got yeah, he got first last season and he got first this season. I think it's rigged.
I think it's rigged. You got
I think it's rigged as
Latias
fuck.
with Terra. He's got a Heat Train. He's got a Blastoise with Terra. He's got a G-Zap. He's got a Donphan. He's got a Quillfish. He's got a
Ooh,
Belly Bolt. He's got a Gengar. And he's got a Zora Hisui. The first thing that stands out to me is like the general above average quality of most of the Mons on this team.
yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's okay aside from the Zora Hisui, but it's a one pointer, so who really gives a shit? And honestly, maybe the Gengar, but that might just be being a little picky.
Well, he likes Gengar.
He likes Gengar. The rest of the
He
team
got.
is really good
I think he
though.
got that last season
You
too.
got Chiampao, which is like broken, and you got Terraladias, which is like broken, and you got
Hmm.
Heatran, which is a really good Pokemon, and you got Terra Blastoise, which is like don't
Broken.
click Shell Smash. Actually, no, you can click Shell Smash because I
What?
don't think
No,
anyone's no
definitely clicks Shell
no
Smash.
nobody
That's
in
like it's
Baby Div is gonna run Mirror Herb.
that happened a lot last season actually, but
Well,
at the same
it was
time they
not.
could
Well, I don't think it was run for that reason.
maybe not.
let's
Well,
let's be
not for
remember
maybe not.
remember who was running it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It was Ant and then the people who Ant talked to.
And I don't think it worked a single time.
It worked one time, and it was Joey Jokes
Yeah,
using it.
because
It was
Joey's
not Ant
smart.
using
hmm And then you got G Zap, which is a Pokemon I kind of forget is in this gen because I no one ever really drafts it.
Yep,
And then you got
still good though.
Donphan, classic Donphan, Quillfish for the spikes and the poison type, and then Belly Bolt for the just kind of fat Pokemon that the team
Fat.
kind of appreciates. Then there's a Gengar because he probably wanted a Ghost, even though I don't like Gengar very much. At least it's not Monkey Dory.
Well, I like Gengar because Ladia sometimes wants to be running like stored power or like just general win
Yeah, it gives you a
calm
special
mindsets.
breaker.
So if Gengar's there, just pressuring on the special side, then Gladios can be free to do that. So that's really good.
If Genghis is there.
Genghis,
And
yeah,
then the Zora Sui is like, whatever. It's a
it's
one
whatever.
point. Who
It
gives
has
a shit?
disguise at one point. What else can you do? There might have been better picks, but who
Worst fucking
knows?
disguise, but like it's better picks, but who really cares?
Not disguise, illusion. Sorry, jeez.
My bad.
I I really like
What is this team's
that the low
problem?
tiers are actual quality
Yeah, they're
on
like
this team.
actual Pokemon. I think every Pokemon except for the one pointer is like very bringable, which
Yep.
I think that which I'm gonna I saying this right now. I don't think I can say that for every team that I'm looking at,
Probably not.
including some of the teams that are just like you can see half of them off the top of the screen.
I
It's like I don't know. Frost
don't
drafted a
know.
bunch of quality Pokemon.
Yep.
I think they don't mesh like I don't think they mesh like amazing together, but I think he covers bases pretty well.
Yeah,
There's
he has
not
a bunch
there's
of
not much to say about this
roles.
team.
He has like enough, but
Mm,
generally Pow doesn't do the best with Terra. Like if you're trying to support Pow, it's not you get Terra Latias as like the second big threat. You could get something like a Zapdos that can
yeah, that enables
pivot
both
into
Chen
like those
Pao.
like CCs and U-turns and
He should have gotten the
static
Terra
proc.
Latios with flip turn.
Well, but also Zapdos can can be like
Kill the waters.
actual defense. He got Pow Zapdos last time though, so if he didn't want
Yeah,
that, that makes
yeah. He
sense.
didn't want
But
to
you
be
could have got like a
boring.
Lando T too, even though no, you
Even though
couldn't take out that.
Lando T got taken one
Yeah, the
pick
Lando T
before,
got taken one pick before you, so
you
that
could have
wouldn't have
gotten a
worked out.
Raging Bolt
Maybe
if you fuck with that. Could
if
have
you fuck
gotten
with that.
a Weavile with your Chen Pao.
But yeah, any missing structure with this team was just purely a consequence of getting 38 using 38 points the first two picks, and they don't actually like cover each other. They
Yeah,
just
but they're not
do
bad
different things.
mons. But like,
They do different things, so they don't like not work together, but
yeah,
they don't like cover each
it's
other.
not
So
like it's not like you actually drafted Chen Pao Weavile.
yeah, you didn't do that at least.
Do you know someone that's done that?
No,
No,
I know someone who drafted Chen Pao Iron Bundle though.
no. Oh, I also know who that is.
I know
I
someone who
wonder. I
did that.
wonder. Wonder if we'll
Their
run into
face is
them.
actually on the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I'm looking at him. He's looking very very fine, but he's
Yeah,
not he's not in this
yeah.
draft league
It's this
sadly.
one, right? Oh fuck! Don't click that.
I don't think it's that one.
Do we even have anything else to say about Frost's team? I feel like it's just kind of like it's solid, kind of
It is
boring,
solid.
but like solid.
Yeah, you might be a little bit bored using some of
To
these
be not
mons.
see,
Like
the thing is that for baby div, I'll take boring.
yeah, I mean that doesn't
I've
mean
seen
it's
some
bad
fucked
at
up.
all. It just means it's boring.
I've seen
And
some people that don't know how to draft, which is
if you get
okay.
demotivated, that will suck. It's whatever.
Yeah, Frost would never get demotivated because he's not a quitter.
True. True. Very true. This seems kind of broken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree.
Seems kind of broken.
You're not broken. Let's move on to the next
Apart
team.
from maybe general synergy, but
Let's
other
move
than
on. I
that,
want to move on to the next team, Jason.
broken.
Let's move on to the next team.
Yay!
Archangel 1, 2, 3,
Archangel.
4. The Eterna Forest Wisps with Terra Iron Bundle, the Lando T that Frost I bet really wanted, Clefable, Hydreigon with Terra, Cinderace, Serena, Tentacruel, Palmot, Bronzong, Vikavolt, Ambipom. I don't like this team nearly as much as Frost's team.
I agree. It's not generally as quality. It's not bad though.
It's not. At a second glance, it's not as bad as I initially pegged it. Like Peggle.
Like Peggle.
Because
Me pegging this team. For
the
real.
two things that bother me are I don't like Terra Hydreigon as much with Terra Bundle, just because I think you're going to want to Terra the Bundle more often than not. And
Quite literally every time.
probably
Yeah.
literally every time. So I think getting a second Terra is something that I feel like you'd want to get something that just does something different.
Right.
And I feel like Hydreigon is mostly just gonna break shit. You can use like some defensive shit with it by like you can run Terra Poison and like Nasty Plot, but you can probably get a better result by just running Terra Water, Iron Bundle, and just clicking Hydro Pump.
Yeah. Generally like, bundle like 75% of the time can run Terra Water and reasonably break through a team, and then the
other
times where
20% it runs Ice.
the times where it can't with that Terra, it's probably just as valuable as a Terra Captain as Hydreigon in the matchup still. So it's like,
Granted,
I
I don't think
know.
Terra Hydreigon is bad. I just don't think. I think
Terra Hydreigon's good, but
I
it just
would have
doesn't
honestly.
help.
I would have Terra'd the Lando here. I think.
Maybe, yeah.
That
would probably work.
Lando would have you get a little bit more out of it.
Yep.
At the very
Defensive
least,
Terras with Lando are good.
At the very least, it can hit on the physical side for the things that can actually like maybe not give a shit about Terra Bundle, maybe potentially,
or just be this like super tank with
he's
Terra
this fucker.
and just not care about anything and not be a Clefable that doesn't actually get you anywhere.
Yeah, tied like the top
Sometimes.
5. I like the top 5 though.
I had top 5. Clefable's like kind of okay, but
it's still
it's fine. It's like okay.
I think it's not as good as it was in the last gen, but I think it's still
No, it's not.
fine. The bottom 6 are where I also start to have some issues. Uh,
Mhm.
I think Pawmot is just bad. I really just don't think it's a very good Pokemon, and I really don't.
Does it have blessing legal? It does,
It
right?
does have blessing legal, but like I'm not 100% certain if this is a team. I guess maybe Terra bundle.
You can do it with bundle
Yeah,
is the
but
thing.
you can't do it if you Terra the bundle, then you don't get Terra back.
Yeah, but usually the Terra isn't like okay, it isn't like making the set function. It's more so just giving it more output.
Yeah, I mean, I just also just don't like Palmot. I
I don't
think
mind it.
I think even with Revival Blessing, it's kind of just ass.
Maybe, but
It's got
it is
priority,
only
but
8 points. So it's like
if it's only
whatever.
8 points, like whatever. I think Serena even at 8 points is bad.
I think Serena is like 1 point overpriced at 8 points.
I'm just like,
It's kind of mid, and because you got Tentacruel, you didn't really need a
yeah.
spinner, so I don't really know why
I
it's
like
here.
Tentacruel actually on this team because I think it's like competent spin. You get T spikes, you get
Yeah,
knockoff, basically everything that you get out of Serena with I think a slightly more favorable typing, and
right.
also Serena is just like
Chill. Don't get that shit on me, man.
Bronzong is kind of a Pokemon this gen. I personally think it's a little bit too passive
Yeah, I don't like it very much, and for 9, it's kind of
for
whack.
9. It's like it's a steel, not that kind of steel,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's a
it's
steel
like a steel
type,
type. Haha.
and
Yeah.
it's like it's not Registeel. I think it's better than Registeel.
The thing is, I usually like seeing Bronzong on teams that like lose to Edgequake, and that's why you draft it. But
This
this team
team
has a
has a
Lando T.
Lando. Yeah, you don't. This is not a team that really is like needs the
Yeah,
Bronzong.
I would have preferred like a Copper Jaw.
Yeah,
That thing actually has offensive
because
potential.
it
So
would have hit
and
things.
it costs less, so it's like
And like
better.
your fairy busters on this team are like a Terra bundle can punch through most things, but like
Yeah,
the things that it
if
can't,
it's Bronzong,
it's
that's not really
like
good
bronze,
enough.
like I'll give it
I mean,
this. Bronzong can switch
Cinder
in.
can also do it because
Cinder
it
can,
gets stab gunk
yeah,
shot.
and
So that
so can Lando honestly because it just hits so hard.
maybe,
Like I like it
but
like a choice banded Lando can just click EQ and be like,
this seems to
woo.
this seems like a team that wants to run defensive Landos more often.
Yeah. Vikavolt, that Pokemon doesn't exist. Ambipom is definitely a Pokemon that doesn't exist. I'm not.
It, I guess this team does have a webs mode, but then
It has a webs mode, but like
it's like
I don't
not
really need
necessary
that.
and also doesn't vibe well with court change.
And
So
also,
if
people will run boots.
true, also that. So like if you have a matchup where you need to have court change, Vikavolt is not bringable. Period.
Yeah,
So that sucks.
and it's also just
But
not that great.
yeah,
I really don't think this team needs webs.
I guess the Cinderace can come banded most of the time because you have 2 spinners. But if you're
Yeah,
to drop the Serena for like a better Pokemon, then
yeah.
the Vikavolt would also kind of feel out of place.
I'm not gonna lie. Imagine if that. I feel like if that Serena was like, if you want to keep a grass type, if that Serena was like a Chestnut, you get spikes out of it.
Yeah,
You get like body press. Maybe Chestnut's already taken, so my bad.
we could use a bit of chest nodding. It also gets
Although
knockoff
it
now.
definitely would not have been gone by fucking round 6.
True. Yeah, definitely not.
Unless if you're up with an insane person.
Also, Ambipom is literally never coming to a game. Period.
Well, he's gonna bring it now just to prove you wrong.
True, but there's
I
a
agree.
Cinderace.
I agree, but there's actually
There's a
no
Cinderace that wants to run banded all the
there's
time. I
no
feel like
reason to bring
Ambipom's literally
Ambipom.
never coming.
Yeah. So this team, it's not. I don't think it's awful, but it's not
It's not bad.
amazing. It's not as
It's
good
not
as
really missing
Frost's.
anything either. It's just like lower quality.
It's just kind of like just the Mons. You could have picked some better Mons.
Yep.
Speaking of needing to pick
Yep.
some better Mons, Nelik's
What?
team.
What does that mean?
When I was it was called a segue, bro.
Sorry.
With
Why is there a
Tusk-
Ninetales with
I'm
no other
fucking-
fire type?
I'm fucking going, bitch. Great
Sorry,
Tusk,
jeez.
Ogerpon, Raging Bolt, Jirachi, Alolan Muck, Enamorous Theory, and Cleavor, Ninetales, Arboliva, Houndstone. Why is there a Ninetales with no fucking fire type or like Sun Abuse? Well, you have Great Tusk and Raging Bolt, but I wouldn't necessarily consider them super Sun Abusers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Ninetales and the Houndstone don't really make sense. I mean, Houndstone's fine, but it's
Houndstone is, I think, a fine pick. I actually have much more issue with the Cleavor.
Oh, you do?
I don't. I one.
Where does that root from? I didn't really look at
One.
it.
I don't like Cleavor. I think it's.
I don't mind I don't mind
I
Cleaver.
really don't think it's that great because it sounds like Stone Axe is a good move. I feel like Stone Axe is a much better move on a team that has less reliable rockers.
Well,
You
it
have a
also means
Jirachi.
the way I see Cleavor is you don't get it for rocks. You get it for to be a kill guy
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
physical side.
Well, I have problems with that because
Right, and that makes sense
its
because
stab
he
is
has
not
physical
that
kill
good.
guys. Well, it doesn't really matter because if he's hitting neutral, he's basically one shotting you with
That's
sharpness
okay.
X scissor.
The thing is that it's actually kind of hard to hit neutrally with this thing sometimes.
That's fair.
Like
It also gets CC though.
every fighting type does not give a shit.
That's true.
Every single one. You can run aerial ace, but like fucking really?
Yeah, I think Cleavor is a very preference based Pokemon, but generally I also kind of agree he didn't really need a Cleavor because he has good rockers and he has good physical attacks.
Offense. You got Great Tusk, you got Ogerpon, Jirachi
Muckalola actually hits like pretty hard.
Hits pretty hard. And Amorous Therian is not a physical attacker, but it hits pretty hard.
Yeah, I only mentioned Houndstone by the way because I think like getting the full shit out of Houndstone means you put it on like a sand team.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fine because Fluffy's good.
I really like the top three, and I'm also okay with Jirachi. I think Muck and Enam are fine. I think the last four picks are a bit questionable.
Yeah, honestly, I mean Arboliva I get because you need a normal and you put it on with Ninetales, so you have Harvest. That's Harvest, like still
which
not
is funny,
great.
but like it's not amazing.
Base Arb is not great. I like Terra Arb. Base Arb is pretty bad.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't have taken the Terra away from either of your top mons to do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
I actually kind of fuck with Houndstone because if you're getting hit by contact moves, it's actually absurdly bulky.
It is really bulky.
And
but at the same time, I don't really know if
it actually hits pretty hard.
I also don't really know if he needed that though, because Great Tusk is taking every physical hit for days.
Great Tusk can take every physical hit. Jirachi can also take physical hits. However, I say if you want to run like an offensive Tusk and like Rachi usually isn't the right type to be taking physical hits as much as it is wanting to take special hits. I think Houndstone is fine. I think it's fine as a ghost. If you had a different spiker, because Ogerpon gets spikes, but me personally, I'm not a huge fan of running spikes on like a mon like Ogerpon. Just because I feel like you can get a lot more benefit from just clicking attacks.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it never wants to run spikes. With Terra Water, anyway, it just wants to two-shot everything with Cudgel.
Yeah.
But also, we're kind of ignoring the fact that there's no speed on this team.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The Ogerpon...
The fastest mon is item locked.
The fastest mon is Ogerpon.
That's really bad.
It's a bit slow. Ninetales is 100 speed. You'll run Sand Rush, Houndstone.
With no setter.
My manual sand it. Manual sand that bitch.
That is definitely the worst part about this team.
Whatever team has Tyranitar, pull it out. Whip it out.
Pull it out to help this man. Revenge literally anything.
Yeah. I think this team started out pretty good, and it's just like.
You just forgot to get speed.
Forgot to get speed. I think I would have gotten a different Pokemon instead of Enamorous and Muck, and I would have replaced those with like Fast.
Enamorous and Muck are still really good typings for this team. I think the bottom four just suck ass.
It's just that like, if they were speed, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Like they should have been prioritized for speed. If there's still speed on the board, then you should try to make some transactions.
Yeah. Save the day. It's probably not speed on the board. Honest to God, a Kilowattrel on this team. No, never mind. There's a Raging Bolt. Kilowattrel on this team would not be that bad though. I don't think
anything with speed wouldn't be that bad in reality. Like you need something.
Yeah. Very unfortunate draft happenings.
Yeah.
Because it could. I feel like if this team had speed, I'd like it a lot more. But slow as fuck, and there's just a bunch of shit at the bottom.
Yeah. This is sadly the worst one so far. But there's only 3 teams revealed so far, so you could be okay.
There's some teams coming up that I know are worse.
Okay, I don't remember anything.
Let's move on to Blizz's team. Blizz went absurdly top heavy. The lowest mon that isn't Munchlax is 11 points, with Iron Valiant, Terrachi, Weavile, Raikou, Terra, Swampert, Monkey Dory, Skarmory, Hydrapple, Munchlax. I'm going to ask, why is the Swampert a Terra option when I am about 99% certain that you could have Terra'd the Hydrapple for the same cost and gotten something with way more value out of it?
Quite literally anything else on this team would have been better with Terra, except for the Valiant because it's Terra banned.
Let's check some Terra prices. Where's Raikou? 13. Could have Terra'd that.
Yep.
Where is Hydrapple?
Hydrapple.
13. Could have Terra'd that. I would not have Terra'd Skarmory.
No.
Respect.
No.
Respect.
I mean, like, the best part about Pert is it's typing. That's the best part.
You know, it's like that.
And
Same
it doesn't even do anything with
You
Terra.
don't want to do that. Monkey Dory. I don't know. You could have Terra'd that.
That probably would have been okay.
It's not that big of a deal because you're probably going to just Terra-Chi most weeks anyway. But I think you could have had a much better second Terra option than Swampert.
You quite literally could have just not Terra the Pert and then just changed them on out for something better, and it would have been a better team.
You could have gone like Munchlax and made that like a something else. Or maybe you could have upgraded the shit ass Monkey Dory to like.
Well, Monkey Dory's not bad at 11 though.
Yeah, but okay. Would you rather have a Monkey Dory? Or would you rather have an Azelf?
I would rather have an Azelf, but Monkey Dory's cool.
Well, you know what's on the board?
Well, to be fair, Monkey Dory's a poison type, so.
He's a poison type. Well, you know what? You could have gotten a Terra Poison Hydrapple.
True.
Because I actually think Terra Hydrapple is not bad at all, because its biggest issue is its type.
It is good. Yeah.
But if you can Terra it, you kind of don't have that problem.
Defensive Terras are legitimately demon because it already has the coverage that it needs.
With good bulk, too.
Yeah.
And it has the coverage and it has regen. You run AV, and it just is a pain in the fucking ass to kill.
Yep. Regen and Sticky Hold, both really good abilities for defensive Pokemon.
We've been so focused on the Terra Swampert, we didn't even talk about the rest of the team. I think Monkey Dory is ass. I know. I remember when I was talking shit on Gengar. This is Gengar.
Listen, man. Yeah, but Gengar's pricier. So the thing is,
they're the same price. They're both 11.
Well, they got oops. I kind of expected Gengar to be 12.
No, Gengar's 11. I think Monkey Dory is bad.
Honestly, I kind of have grown. Monkey Dory's grown on me lately, just because. Like, we used to see it at like 16 and 15 because people were smoking crack in early DLC.
Like, it's just like Gengar. Oh, wait, Gengar's ass.
Look, guys. This thing has really high special attack and perfect coverage. When perfect coverage literally means nothing in this generation.
Perfect coverage means nothing when things will just Terra to resist the move that you
want. Things literally just spam their stab moves all the time, and this thing doesn't have spammable stab moves because it's Psychic and Poison.
Because Psychic is a horrible type, and Poison is blocked by Steel.
But at 11, I do kind of like it because it has decent special bulk and access to some cool utility things that can get a lot of value off of Toxic Chain. So if you're lucky, this thing's actually pretty good.
However, I also think that this is not the team for it to be on, because it's the I think maybe
Why not?
Because one, this team is not lacking in special offense.
That's true. That's definitely true.
It's definitely not lacking in special offense because you have Valiant can go special. I don't even need to explain Chiyu. I think Raikou is better as like a special attacker because you can run Calm Mind and you can Volt with it. A Monkey Dory gets U-turn, but like.
I think I like this. I think I like Monkey Dory more as a chipping, toxic chain abusing dickhead.
Yeah,
with like fake out U-turn feature sight.
Like you could have drafted a different Pokemon to do that. By the name of
probably,
Skibbity.
but I do like that it can just kind of be there to be a dickhead with like psychic noise and shit, and just slowly chip things down for the Valiant in the back.
I would have got.
But at the same time, you can literally just do that with Chiyu and nuke everything in the back. So, but it is a pivot, so it's like whatever.
It can pivot. It's like I think.
It's a pivot. It's a speed tier.
I do like this team more than the other two teams. I know I haven't said much nice about it, but I actually think it's very scary offensively with just enough with like the right defensive pieces. I think to like threaten a lot. I don't hate Skarmory this gen. There is no removal, which for Chiyu is kind of a problem.
I mean, you could argue that Hydrapple having Sticky Hold could allow more boots heavy team
Well,
like
if it was
just team
Terra, I
structures.
would really like it.
Yeah, if it was Terra, it would do that way better. But it can take knockoffs really easily because it just does it has sticky hold,
Just
doesn't
doesn't
give a shit.
care. It just doesn't care.
Yeah, if it has Terra, it can resist those knockoffs too, and it would
It doesn't
take
give
no
a
damage.
fuck.
And knockoff would be a shit click, and then everything having boots makes it not weak to hazards. I don't like that the only physical attacker is
Weavile, and I guess
Weavile because that thing's pretty
Valiant
matchup
can run
dependent.
physical. Don't act like it can't run physical.
Well, yeah,
The only
yeah, but
sole
that
physical
might
attacker is
make Valiant
Weavile.
run physical, to be honest.
Yeah,
And that's not really its
Or you
best
can run
like
Bandit
coverage set
Pert.
because
Yes.
its physical fairy stab is Spirit Break, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, Blizz, your team has some flaws.
Yeah,
but it's not bad.
I mean, it's not terrible.
I think it's better than the last two teams we talked about, just because it's really scary offensively in a way that those two aren't. And I like the defenses a bit. It's defensively reasonably nice.
Yeah, it's a cool core.
It's a nice team. It's no Frost, but it's a nice team. Frost still is the best team.
Not like a huge fan of Skarmory. I think the biggest issue on this team is just gonna be slotting issues.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it.
Because you can probably bring any of the top 8 any week.
Yeah, because he went so top heavy. So
except Munchlax, and you're probably never gonna bring Munchlax. I gotta be real.
Because like you're definitely gonna bring Terrachiyu Valiant, and then Weavile's gonna have to be there for any physical offense if you don't have.
Like, what other mods do I want to bring?
Yeah, and then you bring your defensive core, and then like what the fuck is the other things doing? I don't know. You might end up getting like annoyed by T-spikes and shit. I don't know because Monkey Dory can't come.
It might be swagging out.
Who knows?
Who knows? But that's Blizz's team.
Yep.
Let's move on to Chef. He has Terra Urshifu Single, Goldengo, Non-Terra Gliscor, Ogerpon, Samurott Hisui, Gouging Fire, Gardevoir, Toxtricity, Synthino.
You said Non-Terra Gliscor as if that was a bad pick.
I don't like Non-Terra Gliscor this gen.
Why?
Because I think its typing is a bit too easy to wear down.
It's flying ground. It's a really good typing. What do you mean?
But like I think okay.
Have fun wearing down his typing when it's clicking protect and not taking damage.
It clicks protect and then like it gets hit by something. It's like, oh fuck, I didn't resist that.
Yeah, but that's what poison heal's for.
Oh fuck,
it's
I
like
didn't resist that. Oh fuck, I didn't resist that.
It's an offensive tool because next to Goldengo its hazards are bullshit. It's fine for 12. I don't think it's bad.
You're 12.
What?
I do like the hazards on this team though, because you got Gliscor and you got Samurott Hisui. And that thing's fucking good as fuck. Oh, I'm not counting Ogerpon.
Why not?
Why not?
Actually, why not? It's a good spiker.
Why not? Because you can just... Okay, I would not run spikes on Ogerpon because I have...
Well, I wouldn't run spikes on this team with Ogerpon because you had Gliscor and Samurott, but...
It's my point, bitch.
It's a good spiker.
It's literally my point, bitch.
Well, that's not what you're saying. That's not what you're saying. You're actually just fucking wrong. That late Gouging Fire is funny as shit.
It's really funny. I think Non-Terra Gouging Fire should not have gotten that late because it's still pretty good.
Yep, 15-point Gouging Fire is pretty good.
It's just a good offensive typing.
Yeah, it still pulls up.
I think Gardevoir is a fine pick if you have good dark resists.
True.
This team kind of
this team does have a Shifu, but
that thing doesn't want to get knocked.
Right.
Probably doesn't want to get knocked. Gliscor doesn't care that much once it's already activated its Toxic Orb.
Yeah, so Gliscor can help out, I guess.
Gliscor can help out with that. Otherwise,
generally, I think it's going to come down to more can they actually click knock, because is the thing out actually going to
you know what team would have really liked that Gardevoir?
Which one?
The one with the sticky hold Hydra Apple that isn't Terra.
Why?
Because then you don't have to give as much of a shit about knock.
Gardevoir? What are you talking about?
I like Gardevoir as a fairy on teams that don't need to use their fairy as like
yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess
that's why I'm a fan of Gardevoir. Because it also just hits hard and it has good.
I think you're fucking stupid, but
I'm gonna fucking.
That's neither here nor there.
Toxtricity is whatever Pokemon. I don't know if I would have gotten it on this team. Actually, no. This team could use some special breaking power. I would have gotten it on this team.
The controversial thing about this team, I think, is that the speed tiers are just really weird. But there is a Terra speed boosting Ogerpon that can maybe make up for it.
Oh yeah, this team's also
Because that
kind of slow as fuck because it's the
yeah,
Phasmon Ogerpon, but it's got +1 speed.
But Terra Ogerpon is the best revenge killer that's not priority in the game.
Yeah,
because
well, actually,
that shit is
I lied
unbelievably fast.
Cinccino is
Chinchino is 115, but that shit never
115.
comes. That shit's bad.
That shit is ass. Remember what we said about Amber Palm? That again.
Yeah, but at least this thing gets tidy up and bullshit.
That's the removal.
So, Encore,
That's
which
the
is really
removal,
good.
bro.
It is the removal, which
yeah.
is
Well, to be fair,
which
you might
suck,
be able to
but
force
it's
your
fine.
opponent to do some shit if you hazard stack enough. Although you don't really want them to defog because you've given Goldango. They're never gonna click defog.
I mean, I think Chinchino is a very situational Pokemon, like just even to bring, and it's gonna be good situationally. So it's like, whatever. It's fine. It's a speed resource. It's sure. I don't think it's ever gonna really come because you have Terra Ogerpon.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's okay. This team is okay because
This team is
Goldango is pretty good. Ogerpon
Yep.
is good. Samurai Sui's good. Guardian Fire is good. Gardevoir is good. Tux is whatever.
I mean the top there's the top 6 is like crazy. You could argue there's like a bunch of redundancy with the crazy spiking shit. Like
yeah, there's too many spikes.
Over like the over fixation on that.
There's too many spikes.
At the same time, it's really quality.
And all of these Pokemon are walled by Dondozo except Ogerpon. Terra Dondozo walls all of these Pokemon.
You're dumb as shit, bro.
No, Terra Dragon Dondozo. Oh, never mind, not Terra Dragon because of Gathering Fire.
Dude, is there a that's not a flaw if there's no Dondozos taken. I don't even think a Dondozo got taken.
Well, we're playing on ladder with these teams.
We're playing. Oh yeah, I forgot we revealed that already.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought we were keeping that till the end of the video.
My bad.
Sorry, guys.
You have to play on ladder with all these teams. Oh boy, this team
is okay. You have to find each other on ladder.
I'm giving this team an okay out of 10.
I'm giving this team a yeah.
Woo. Let's move on to the next team. Roma.
Whoa.
Darkrai, G-King, Corviknight, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Terra, Terramence, Alomomola, Tinglu, Gallade, Grambull. The first thing is that this team has 2 Fraudmons on it.
True.
And one of them is Corviknight.
Fucking true. Corviknight's not even one of them.
Well, one of them is G-King.
G-King usually no, but on this team, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Me and Jason know this for a fact. Darkrai does not pair well with G-King. It just does not work as well as you think it would. Because it's like, oh, I can slow pivot into my Darkrai. But you really want something that
that can put on pressure also.
And G-King does not threaten nearly as much this gen as it did last gen because things just kill it too quickly. It doesn't sit on the field for an hour. I can pivot, but you also got a Corviknight, which I think actually does that job much better.
It does, yes.
Because
I mean,
there
like
are
you could
that
argue,
can't kill Corviknight. There's way less.
It is a fine defensive core, and it kind of leads to more of a balanced type build. But
this would kill in Gen 8.
It would, yeah. But in this gen, being balanced is kind of putting yourself at a little disadvantage.
Yeah.
And when you have something like Darkrai, Darkrai's not going to break the routine by itself. It needs support from its pivots.
Yeah.
So something, I'm going to say this like every time with Darkrai, but like something like a Zapdos that can actually put on pressure too, to like have decently high powered volt switches or just generally put on pressure by itself. Be better with Darkrai.
Yeah. Ogerpon can U-turn. I've literally never seen Ogerpon Cornerstone Terra used in my entire life.
It's like pretty good.
I think it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Terramence is a good Pokemon.
Yep.
Alomomola, I don't give a shit about this thing.
that's the other one of the fraud mods. I mean,
the 3 of the defensive mons on this team are just like Tinglu. I think is good, and I actually think Alomomola with Tinglu is fine because it's like the only thing in the game that's like I like Wish Pass.
Right.
Because it actually lives long enough to be like, yes.
Yeah, and then Aloe is like the only thing that can Wish Pass because it has regen.
Aloe is the good Wish Passer, and Tinglu is the best Wish Pass recipient in terms of just not dying.
Yeah.
Gallade is kind of a weird Pokemon, but I think it's fine here.
It makes sense because you have some kind of output next to G King. Like
Yeah,
I think G King
you
is
need
drafted best when you have some fucking super nuke that you
yeah,
can
and
actually return
Gallade
the
can
favor
kind of be
from.
that super nuke.
It can be. If it was Terra,
If it was
it's
Terra, which
more so of that, but
yeah,
it can
which
still kind of do it.
I think Granbull's also kind of a fraud, but it's a cheap fairy. It'll do what you want it to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes
it is cheap, but yeah, it's not great in this gen.
it's too its stats just aren't enough this gen, and there's less shit for it to check. Like there's no Mega Gallade.
It also is a T Wave bot, and you have G King,
Yeah, it's a
so
T Wave bot. Well, you have G King, and it was like, oh, you don't need that.
like when G King's running two, it was trying to two with the whole fucking team. you,
Granbull.
and you could have got his Zapdos too, so it's like you
Yeah,
didn't. You were never gonna really need
literally could have had
Granbull.
Zapdos. Let me check, where did Zapdos go?
It went round
It went
three.
round 3. Okay, yeah, you could have had Zapdos.
Could have had Zapdos.
Embarrassing.
Yep, I would have preferred the Lando too.
This team was born in
GK.
the wrong generation.
True.
Like
It
literally,
was.
I think this team is not very offensive at all. I mean,
It's just got really weird like matchup specific offense.
Yeah,
Other than Darkrai,
if
which
Darkrai has a bad
kinda do it.
matchup, I think your team's not gonna have a good time.
yeah, literally, it's all kind of matchup dependent.
Dude, my dogs are barking.
I can hear him.
Going,
The
bark,
recording
bark,
probably can
bark,
too.
bark,
It's awesome.
bark, bark. I'm gonna shut the door.
Bark,
Hold on.
Quang's dogs are super cool because one of them is like really sweet and friendly, and the other one tries to rip your fucking hand off when you try to pet it.
Okay, I shut the door. All right, that was Roma's team.
It's awesome. I was talking about your dogs.
I think Roma's team was the worst one so far.
Yeah, maybe just because it's like it's too passive for the generation.
It's too passive. This is
And I mean, the other
generation.
teams that we've seen are so fucking offensive. They're kind of gonna just
this
roll
team
over
has a
this.
lot of offense, even though I think it's flawed. This team has some good offense. This team is very good offense.
Yeah, this team is offense.
This team also has really good offense, I think. And then Roma's team is like.
I straight up don't see this team beating a team with the Hisuian Samurott right next to it.
Yeah.
Because like you let it get 3 ceaselesses, which you can't really stop because your shit is so passive, and then you just kind of get fucked long term.
And you can't remove because they have a Goldengo that's just gonna come in every time.
Yeah, that's gonna be a kind of demon matchup for you. Let's see if you get.
Granted, this team does not have the best dark resists, but
that's facts. But it's the only one that's really spamming dark moves is Darkrai. So
yeah, that's my point. Dumb bitch.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to J-Hull's team. This team used to have a Terra Greninja on it, but it doesn't
Thank
anymore.
God, dude. The 2 current Terra Caps are so much better.
Yeah, it's got Greninja, Kyurem, Terra Metagross, Pecharunt, Talonflame, Sandy Shock, Screamtail, fucking Terrakion, Toedscruel, Basculin White. Terrakion is fucking. It's at 10 points, and I honestly think it was an overpay by you to draft this thing.
Dude, I fucking hate Terrakion so much.
Bad. It's so terrible. We were gonna put it lower, and then we said, all right.
That's funny as fuck.
At what point is it unreasonable?
I don't think it should have been lower. Like it still has what it has, but it is straight up just directly a worse version of Lycan Dusk, which already it's good, but it's not like the best thing ever.
Yeah, this team is kind of weird. I think Greninja as a round 1 pick is bold.
Like it could have been good at back wheel, but not here.
I think if you were later in the draft, you could have gotten it round 1.
But at the same time, we got Terrakyurem, Terramagros.
Terrakyurem, we're getting Terrakyurem kind of makes up for that. Terramagros is pretty good. Books out on Pecharunt from my eyes.
What does that mean?
I mean, it means I don't know how good it is.
Oh, it's kind of debatable because it's like the big draw to Pecharunt is spin blocking, but it's weak to the Donphans, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you got Talonflame on a team that really doesn't need its speed because you have Greninja.
True, and Talonflame without Terra is pretty fucking dog water.
Talonflame has no Terra. It doesn't hit very hard. It's not that bulky. Sandy Shocks is good. It's a good hazards. It's a decent ground, a decent electric. It loses to every ground type though.
Yeah.
Well, not every ground type, but a lot of them. It also loses to every grass type.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, I think the grass type part is really not that big of a problem because if it's chipping the grasses for ground,
look at the next 4 picks. I think you're fine against grasses. Screamtail is good. I think it's nice on this team because I think this team would really appreciate screens.
That's potentially fact.
And
I mean,
I think that's the best thing that Screamtail brings here, because otherwise, like wish passing, who gives a fuck? Who gives a
yeah.
fart? Who gives a fart? And
Who
then
gives a fart, bro?
uh, it's not strong. You don't. I guess it's
Yeah.
a nice defensive tool, I
I like that
suppose.
it
You definitely
I
don't need
like
the
that it's
speed.
I like that it brings Encore to the team.
Oh
That's what I
yeah,
like about
Encore
it.
is the big thing.
Because he doesn't have it
Terrakion is dog
otherwise.
shit. Toad's Cruel is your only removal. Is
Well, Talonflame's there, but
Talonflame
Talonflame
is there.
sucks.
Talonflame I don't like as removal. I think Toad's Cruel is not good because its ability is just
It is
actively
shit.
detrimental.
But at least it's not. At least neither it nor Shocks are pressured to come because of each other, which is like
Yeah,
sure.
they're not like they seem chill. Basculin White is a funny one pointer.
That is pretty
I
funny.
don't think it can use last
Last
respects,
respects. No,
but
I don't think it would have been 1 point if we could do that.
yeah, but you
Because
know,
Scarf last respects, it would be legitimately be scary.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, I just think if you took if you just didn't take those next like those round 4 and 5 Pokemon and just focus on getting good spin instead
yeah,
of
if
that.
they were better Pokemon there, once again, they had better Pokemon.
Yeah,
Maybe
like you
better.
could have just totally redesigned this whole team without that, and then had a better team because the middling Pokemon are not really that quality, to be honest.
I think the good Pokemon are good, and then it's like,
Right.
oh
Yeah.
fuck, oh fuck.
Oh, you're fucking up the dock. I forgot you had access to do that.
Wait, honestly, I gotta
Press
fix it. I
Control Z,
fixed it.
please.
I
Yeah,
fixed
there you
it.
go.
I hit Alt Z, and I was like, why isn't it fixing it?
You fucking panicking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
don't
J
know.
Hole's team.
Yeah, it's
Eh.
okay.
I like the offense more than Roma's team. So I think it's
Yeah,
better
I
than
also like
Roma's
that.
team. Just because I think the top three is way more threatening.
I mean,
Terrakion
the top three
is
fucking
good.
destroys in every matchup, straight up.
Top three is so good. And then as a Terrakion.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
We kind of hate Terrakion over here. He kind of
Yeah,
sucks
we hate
balls.
Terrakion. Not as much as I hate Flygon, but I don't think anyone drafted that
True.
thing.
No, I don't think they did it because it was overpriced.
Because it was 5 points and it was still overpriced.
It's pretty dog shit,
All right,
man.
let's take a
Not
look
relevant though.
let's look at JR Jam's team, which already looking at it, I sense a problem, but we got
What's the
Terrakin
problem?
Gambit, Glamora, Rillaboom, Rotom Wash, Skeledirge, Superior, Baxcalibur, Masquerain, Cresselia, Darkspun, Goomy. The first problem I have with this team is that I think having Terra Gambit and Terra Dirge on the same team is a bad idea.
That's true.
Because you
It is.
always
Both of
want
them
a Terra
really need
Gambit,
it.
and you also always want a Terra Dirge. So you're just like, oh well, shit. You either have you basically otherwise just spent 20 points on a fucking mediocre typed King Gambit, or you spent 14 points on a mediocre typed Skeledirge when you could have used those points to maybe not be stuck drafting a Goomy.
Yeah.
I think having Rillaboom and Superior on the same team is also a bit questionable. I think Rillaboom is a good Pokemon. I think Serp is there for the speed, but I don't think I would have drafted them on the same team.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
this team is
you're definitely right. Like I think a draft with Terra
speed-wise.
King Gambit literally doesn't need another Terra Captain. Gambit's literally going to be tearing every single time.
I'd say if you
I
were gonna Terra a different Pokemon on this team, I probably would have picked the Cresselia out of the things you picked.
maybe
Like, I think
or the Serp because Serp can actually function.
I think Serp can function without Terra, or honestly maybe the Rillaboom.
Maybe, yeah.
Not the Skeledirge. I would have just not picked the Skeledirge.
In more offensive matchups, maybe Rillaboom with Terra Grass could just clean up.
Yeah, you got King Gambit and then 3 Pokemon that are like 85, 86 speed, and then Skeledirge, which isn't fast, and then Superior is your only Pokemon that's above base 100.
Yeah, and then you got another 87 in backs.
Yeah, you have Masquerain with webs, but people are just gonna run boots.
Yep.
Masquerain
And they were already gonna run boots because your knockoff is only actually no Serp gets it too.
Rillaboom and Serp.
But you have a Glim, so they're already gonna run boots.
Masquerain is like, lol. Goomy is like when you have 1 point left and you pick a Goomy, I think it's fine. When you have 2 points left and you pick a Goomy, there's
he does have an extra point, huh?
At least pick a fucking Sliggoo Hisui.
that's a little dumb. Even if
This
you wanted
this
Gumi that badly, just for
this team
like
also gets
anything.
ripped apart by fairy types because your only fairy resistance is Glamora, which doesn't generally. I guess Skeledirge if you don't Terra it, but
Which you
like
kind of
which
can't
you kind of
sometimes.
which sometimes you need to Terra it, and then it's like oh, Glamora doesn't stick around that long. I guess Cresselia is a fairy resist because it just doesn't die. It doesn't really do anything back.
Yeah, this team is literally just gonna conflict with itself a lot. That's
This team is
that's it.
like this team needs to get a divorce.
He needs to get a divorce and get a faster man.
Yeah, get a faster man. I think it could also maybe use some better special offense because like Glamora hits hard, but it's also got like awkward offensive typing.
I mean, not really with Earth Power access. Like that covers everything.
Yeah, this thing gets
But at
rolled
the
like
same time,
Rom
if
Kong.
it is like the big hazard
It's not.
setter, so if it wants to be
It
doing
wants to
that,
run hazards and it also wants to be the special breaker.
right?
And it's just like Serperior is not a special breaker because you need to click Leaf Storm a couple of times before it's really threatening.
I mean,
Road,
I would say it's a special breaker, but
but
it
it's also
not
too
really on this
easy to
team though, because
resist.
if you sacrifice your superior for
Yeah,
chip on a special wall, or like chip on a physical wall,
yeah.
rather, then you're not gonna have speed for the rest of
Your
the game. You
best
have to
special
rely on
breaker
Rillaboom and
is
Sucker
using
Punch.
Baxcalibur and just breaking through the physical walls with its sheer power.
Yeah, probably.
Which I like the backs on this team. But yeah, this team is a mess. It's
It's
it's kind of
it's a bit crazy.
ass. I hate to
It's
say it.
not good.
It's not a good team. Too many cooks in the kitchen on this one.
True.
Just just spread out the roles a little bit more. Get
Yeah, I
some
mean,
speed.
any team that is this slow and this like bundled up with the speed is gonna
Get
kind of
get
suck
rid
to
of the
me.
Skeledirge. Get rid of the Goomy. Get rid of the Masquerain. You can keep the Darkspun because I doubt you're gonna get a better fairy.
Yeah,
Just
and get some speed.
just get some speed. Fix it. Fix it. Get some special offense. Fix it.
Is the Cyclozar still on the board? Just a question. Just
No,
asking.
no shot. Because I'm
Darn.
99% certain that either Buff Cut doesn't have it, but someone does have it. We're done with this team. I hate it.
Just control F it real quick
I
because
know
that could
who
be really
has
good
it.
with
I know
Gambit.
who has it.
Who has it? Oh, okay.
We're gonna
Cool.
move on to Buff Cat's team.
Buff cat, buff cat,
Which
buff
I
cat.
think you look at the first the first four picks, I'd say, and you're like, wow, what a great
Wow.
team, what a great team, and and,
Why did he round five a Griffon?
and then he immediately fucks it up.
This dude had a plan. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Buffcat drafted 4 good Pokemon, and then he took a Grafaiai around 5 for no reason.
I actually really like the first four. The UC round four is a proactive
I'm
and
gonna
good
give
pick.
the Rotom Heat less shit than the other picks, simply because it is a fairy resist,
Yeah.
and this team needs one very badly.
It's crazy because this guy has all three types that deal with fairies, and yet
And-
it's like
and-
still
and-
looks like fairies might shit on
Fairy
this.
shit on this team massively. I think Florida's is a better fucking switch in than some of these guys.
Yeah. I mean,
Landorus, I think the random Lando pick is a bit strange.
I feel like that might have been planned, seeing as he round 5 to Grafaiai. Like he probably just kind of
Why
knew
did you
people weren't
round
taking
5 a fucking Grafaiai?
it. I just don't know why he did that.
There's also a non-Terra Iron Thorns on this team, and that one is Dookie. That one is Dookie, the dog from Johnny
It
Test.
is, yeah. I
'Cause
told
you
him to
already
get it.
have
I told him to get
hazard
the other thing,
stacker,
but Iron Thorns is fun to
Fortress.
use at least.
Fortress does your hazard shit for you, and I also don't think Fortress is that good.
I mean, it's okay.
It's like okay,
It's like
it needs to do a lot for this team, and it can't do that.
it's like on the absolute borderline between viable and an unviable spinner.
Mm-hmm.
That guy in Serena.
Florges is a Pokemon that I'm not allowed to talk about.
I like Forges. I think Forges is good this generation specifically.
My lips
Me and
are
Quang used
sealed.
to be haters because not being able to
I'm
hit steel
still a
types actually
hater.
mattered. But yeah,
So-
well, not being able to hit steel types actually mattered in Gen 8, and now it's not really as big of a deal because the steals are usually either worse or still can't take a Moonblast that well.
Yeah.
long term at least.
Mm-hmm.
And Forgus is better than most of the fairies available right now because it can actually reasonably baton pass with access to synthesis and not fucking wish like Sylveon,
Yep. Lol. Loading.
and
Loading.
can actually also run like trick choice
And
sets.
you can
So it's like
Terra it,
fine.
and it's actually pretty good.
If he could Terra
Yeah,
it would be way better.
Buffcat fucked up this team horribly bad. The first four are like actually like legit. Might be my favorite top four
Maybe, yeah.
out
It's
of
really
anyone.
solid, and it
Cause
honestly
just
getting around
like
for Yuxi shows like you kind of know what you're doing, and then he just
yeah,
stopped knowing. He stopped knowing what he was doing.
he just started drafting like a dumb fuck. This isn't the worst team
It's not. It's
because we
definitely
just
not.
talked about the worst team I think. But Jesus fucking Christ, Buffcat.
His thrower gene kicked in really early there.
Yeah, he took after legends never die.
Yeah, it's just like this.
Legends never die.
Legends never die, man.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Buffcat's team anymore. Let's move on to Aurora Boros'. A nice change of pace because I actually really like Aurora Boros' team. He's got Spectre, Terra Quaquaval, Zapdos, Terra Scizor, Clodsire, Cyclozar, Zarude, Volcanion, Whimsicott. The only thing that I really have questions about on this team, well, there's two things actually. Is
Mhm.
one, it's not the best Dark Resists in the world.
Yeah,
And
fair.
also, I think terroring the Scizor instead of maybe like terroring the Zarude
I mean,
or
actually,
maybe
no,
Volcanion.
on Terra Zarude, it's not like
It's not bad, but
pressured
I
to.
think Terra
It's not
Zarude is a
pressured
lot. I
to
think Terra
sweep or
Zarude is a
anything.
lot better.
It can be a dark resist. It's kind of okay.
Yeah, but like I think you maybe could have terrored something other than Scizor. Other than that, I actually like this team a lot. I think Spectre pairs really well with Zapdos and Quaquaval.
Yeah,
I also think it's nice to have with Cyclozar. Although Cyclozar is also nice for Quaquaval and like maybe like a
yeah.
setup Zarude.
I like that. I like that the three has removal mons like aren't great at it, but it just means you have to run one and the rest are fine.
Yeah, you just have to like be like, oh, I'm gonna run Defog Scizor so I can run offensive Zapdos and just Scarf
Yeah,
Cyclozar and just focus on shed tailing. And then like
right.
Whimsicott's kind of a stinker, but like it's fine. It's like
No, I mean,
okay.
I think like for what you're expecting from a low tier, it's
It
kind of
has
fine because
Encore. It's Prankster
having access to
Encore.
Prankster is good,
Prankster Encore, Prankster Stone Spore, Prankster Leech Seed,
and
all
then being a
good.
fairy.
And U-turn, and it's a fairy. It's fine. I don't hate a single Pokemon on this team. I actually think they synergize pretty well together. I
Yep.
think I like Volcanion as like a really as like an alternative special breaker option because Spectre can break obviously, but it also can clean. And if you want to like, you can have Volcanion break for Spectre to clean. You can have
Right. Yeah.
Quackleval as a win con. Zapdos can be a win con. Scizor can be a win con. Zarude can. There's a lot of things that can win, and a lot of things
Yep.
that can enable everything else on the team to win.
Right. Yeah. I
Uh,
usually like Spectre is a really good like top mon, but it's also like in my opinion more matchup dependent than other ones. So
yeah,
getting the Volcanion is going to be kind of necessary.
having other options to win the game that aren't Spectre is really good.
Yeah, and other options to just break on the special side because if they have something like an Ursaring, like the Spectre isn't really going to break through. So having Volcanion to hit on the special side instead is definitely good to have. So it's kind of necessary. Even though like other than that, it's not really great on this, but it's nice to have for sure.
Yeah, this is the team I like a lot.
Yep,
I like this team very much. I'm
it's
gonna
just
give this
really
one
quality.
a 4 stars out of 5, like Ratatouille.
Whoa, like Reddit, nice.
I said Ratatouille.
Oh, I thought you said Reddit.
No, I'm gonna give this my
I thought you
upvotes.
gave it 4 to 5 Reddit golds.
Nope, sorry. Let's move on to the next team now. Trip, the Daleth Darkrai with Terra
Hi
Ogre
Trip.
Palm Hearthflame. I don't even need to talk about the rest of the team, honestly. Iron
Fuck
Treads,
this thing.
Slowking, Sneasler, Thunderous Therian, Pheasant Skibbity, Mandibuzz, Hatterene, Titan. This team, I think, started out really well, and then the second pick happened. I'm just kidding.
No.
And then the
Oh
third pick
my
happened.
god.
And then
That
the
was a
third pick
shot at
happened.
me, wasn't it? You little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it
Terra
was.
Ogerpon Hearthflame is fucking ridiculous. And
This shit's dumb as fuck.
I'm gonna say it right here. I was the only person that voted to ban it, and I was outnumbered. So if
Well,
anybody bitches about it this season, my hands are clean. I wanted this shit gone. I think it's fucking stupid.
I also think that. I think I agree totally with Quang.
It's
And
fucking stupid. I think
the
Treads is a
the
really
round two
good
treads
mon.
was a good proactive
Good
pick.
mon to pick. A Slow King.
Eh,
Eh.
it's a pivot, so it's like whatever.
Sneasler is a befuddling pick for this team because I don't really think it was necessary at all.
It was kind of confusing why it was like why things were picked after Ogerpon treads
Yeah,
or
after
not. Yeah,
Ogerpon,
Ogerpon
because
treads.
okay, I get Slow King. I'm
I mean,
confused by
Slow King's just like
Sneasler.
kind of weird round 3, and then Thunderous makes sense.
Thunderous
and then-
makes sense. I don't know why there's a Sneasler. A Pheasant Dippity fucking sucks. This Pokemon
Yeah,
is dog shit.
it is super ass, and I'm kind of upset that it's the only thing that wants to take a knockoff if rocks are on the fucking field.
Yeah, Mandibuzz is fat. I'm okay with Mandibuzz, even though I don't think it's that great, just because I think this team could use some fat.
Yeah,
I think
Mandibuzz is,
Hatterene's
like,
a pretty good Pokemon, and then Satitan is there to be enabled by Slow King, which I would have liked a lot more if this team had more Pokemon on it that made sense.
I mean, I don't really like Hatterene is probably the highest quality out of the bottom 4, but I also don't think it's doing anything.
At this team, I think it's clicking Healing Wish for Ogerpon Hearthflame.
Maybe you might be right about that.
The best thing that it does for this team.
Well, that's not it. Like you could have got a Mesprit instead.
Could have gotten a Mesprit. Could have gotten
like just anything cheaper that can do that.
I guess
other than that, it's not really doing anything.
This thing is immune to Dragon, but you already have a Pheasant Dippity. But I guess Pheasant Dippity sucks dick. So
yeah, but the Pheasant Dippity also at least resists Dark, so it's like, well, it sucks total cock.
This team
isn't
has
overpay.
some nice Pokemon, but it also like I don't know why the fuck you drafted any of these on this team.
I also generally don't really like Sneasler fastest, Ogerpon Hearthflame second fastest, because one of them wants to be like saved in the back for a lot of games, and the other one is item locked.
One of them's item locked. The other one wants to be saved in the back, and also the speed tier matters a little bit less if you're proccing on Burden.
Just like, I mean, this team generally isn't that slow.
It's
so
not
it's
a slow team. I can say that much. This team is not slow.
Yeah.
Even though there's a Slow King.
Slow King makes us faster.
I feel like there's a really big speed gap between like you got like Pheasantipity and then like however fucking fast Mandibuzz is, and then it's just like
that's 80.
It just jumps down.
But to be fair, Thunderous is 101, and then Pheasantipity just doesn't have to run speed, so it's like whatever.
It's like I'm so chill. I'm so chill. I'm so chill.
It's like I'm so chill.
I'm so chill.
It's kind of like that if you think about it.
Yeah, this is a freak team. I don't think it's. It has Ogerpon, Hearthflame, so I'm already ranking it in my top 5.
Honestly, yeah.
But I really don't think it's all that great outside of Ogerpon and Treads and Thunder.
I like the Terra Thunderous too, but Thunderous is
good. But like,
Thunderous is literally never gonna want Terra because Terra Hearthflame is so dumb.
Well, Thunderous is actually Thunderous is just a good Pokemon outside of it at least.
Yeah, at least. And I would say we're gonna see a lot of Scarf Terra flying, but I feel like we're not because we're just gonna see a Terra Ogerpon.
Yeah, seems chill.
So we'll see what happens with that.
All right, next up we have a rain team, the Worcester Woobat Sox. I don't know what that means, but it's by Terminal.
Woobat Sox.
Deoxys Speed, Terra Archaludon, Excadrill. Didn't Terra the Drill. We can just move on.
Didn't get sand with the drill. Got
Didn't
rain
get
with
sand
the drill.
With the wait. Terra Zumarill.
Got rain
Thunderous,
with the drill.
Dragonite, Basculegion, Quillfish, Sui, Pelipper, Charjabug. What the
I know what happened here. I think I know what happened here. He saw this as like a rain team, and he's like, "Fuck, the Treads got sniped. Let's get Excadrill instead."
That's definitely what it was.
That is 100% what it was, and it doesn't work at all as well. It's not good.
Why Terra Zumarill instead of Terra Drill is so.
I mean, yeah, but like, are you gonna Terra Drill without sand?
A Terra Thundy.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Terra Thundy, bro.
Yeah, no, that you're absolutely right on. Like Terra Thundy is so like double the value of fucking regular Thundy. It's so much better.
This team
I
is
don't really like regular Thunder that
this
much,
team is
but it's like okay.
fucking strange. It's what it is.
Yeah, no,
It's Rain
it
with like not the best Rain abusers in my opinion. I mean, Archalon is a good Rain abuser, but I feel like you really would have wanted a Barraskewda on this team.
yeah.
You know, if that was a Terra
any
Barraskewda.
any rain that doesn't have a Terrascuda on it is not at its full potential. Straight up,
Basket Legion is fine, but it's not Barraskewda. You know what I mean?
it's not. It's more yeah. It's more so about just having the crazy elite speed tier. And I mean, you have that with Dio, but it's not nearly as strong. Like Scuda in rain is kind of a necessity, which sucks you don't have it.
Yeah, and then I don't even know
Drill.
why this turned into Rain.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
You
he
definitely
got.
could have. I think you definitely could have made something nice without Rain on this team.
I think he just wanted to get rain when he drafted this, but after round 2,
just
like
forgot.
getting Arch and then getting sniped on treads, like you could have just directed this away from rain
Yeah, I
because
would have
Terra Arc is good anyway.
Uh-huh.
But and then drill is like fucking something totally different. But I think this I think Terminal just had rain in his head the
really
entire way
needed to
through.
go for the Overquill Rain Sweeper option.
True, Quillfish Sui is not nearly as good.
It's not Rain. Don't be using that shit on Rain for Rain purposes. It does not work. Does not work.
Straight up.
And then Charger Bug is a 1-pointer. I think Non-Terra D-Knight is actually pretty good here though.
Yeah, it is.
I like
definitely.
it because you can run like special Hurricane and Rain and like Thunder. If you want to use it like use its big move pool, and it can run priority. It's very cool. Another free. This is just kind of a freak team, and I don't like it as much as Trip because it doesn't have Ogre Pawn Earthflame.
Yeah, I mean, I just generally like treads, or just not needing treads because of having different spinners that aren't Excadrill, or like usually are what makes Rain Team Rain. But
this team is
regular drill is already not like regular drill outside of sand is already not at its full potential, and now it has to spin for rain, which is just so weird.
You can see the problem.
Yeah, like it's hinging on drill because he'd spin so badly on Pelipper and then Rain Sweeper. Like the best way to chip down rain is to
and if like
Hazard.
D-Knight's just gonna run boots, just fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a freak team.
Yeah. It's just weirdly constructed. I don't really like it very much, sadly.
Okay.
Sorry, Terminal.
All right, we're gonna move on to the man with a plan.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mongol. Shoutouts to Mr. Mongol.
I don't know how to say that. Kane Loans Moons.
What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. He has a plan. Is the big.
He has a plan. He's got Zamasu, Latios, Ursulina, Blood Moon, Terra, Lilligant, Hisui, Empoleon, Terra, Moltres, Regieleki, Weezingala, Raichu, Floatzel, Giraffe Rig.
This team is random as shit.
The early Pokemon are pretty strong.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat. This team is very fucking random.
I don't really feel like they do much for each other.
They don't. I mean, yeah, not really.
I mean, Latios wants to break shit. Zama wants to clean up like late game. Ursaluna wants to break shit. Lilligant wants to try to win the game. Empoleon sets rocks. It's also your only option to set rocks.
That does suck. Yeah, the hazard game on this team is pretty bad.
Moltres is a fine addition.
Terra Moltres is pretty cool. I like it.
Non-Terra Regieleki will cause every single person to bring their ground type, and
but he doesn't really have a way to benefiting off that.
You don't have a way to super benefit from it. Like Lilligant can maybe take advantage of it. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Like,
I mean, the main thing about Regieleki is it kind of needs to. It's never a team player. Like that shit is straight up its own entity. If you're not enabling Regieleki, it's literally not going to do anything for your team, other than click Rapid Spin. Which, if you're bringing a whole Lecky to Rapid Spin, that's not
kind
good.
of embarrassing.
Because you're getting hardwalled otherwise.
Weezingala is like mid as fuck. Just period.
Yep.
I guess it's okay here because it's.
I mean, it's fine because he has kind of shit hazard game. So
yeah, like T-Spikes, Defog.
Defog is like fine to click, but
I I have I,
the
I
Raichu
have
literally has
no
no purpose
fucking
here.
idea why there's a Raichu on this team.
Why also the Floatzel?
Also the Floatzel, also the Giraffering. I think
Okay, the last three picks make
these three
no
Pokemon
sense, and
literally don't do anything for you.
the last three picks don't make no sense. And I would say the same about a Lucky if it weren't one of two ways of removing hazards on a
Yeah.
Zamazenta team.
I think having hazard removal on your Zama team is A-okay.
Yeah. Sadly, I know why everything was picked, and it wasn't for a good reason. It was because Mr. Mongol was looking at his bar that shows how many resists to every type he has, and he was trying to make every single one green.
Every one of them is green.
Newsflash, if you get an electric type, yeah, that's going to make it way easier to do because it's only weak to ground.
You get two electric
So you just
types.
cover your ground weakness.
You get two electric types, you're super immune to ground.
That doesn't make your team better because you're not weak to ground.
Because you needed a fucking psychic resist.
It means that you have at least one resist to everything, which sometimes doesn't really mean anything.
Like, do you really need like a fucking like an active bug resist? Like a super like I'd say like a notable grass resist, but you're probably just gonna end up with one of those naturally.
Right.
Like if you
I don't want to be rude, but
resists, it's like
I don't want to be rude, but
you have to. I will
be
rude. This team sucks ass.
You just have to learn that looking at the bar where your resists are is not how you make a good functional team that works together. It just means that you have a resist for everything.
Dookie.
It's okay to be like weak to ground if the two things that aren't weak to ground fucking destroy grounds.
Or like just don't care about them.
Right. It's just kind of an awkward team.
Yeah,
it doesn't really make
work.
much sense.
I'm declaring this team the worst team we've talked about so far.
No.
Actually, maybe not. I think
it at least has speed. Okay.
It has speed. Jared Jam, you're not out of the woods.
Jared Jam's team doesn't have
This one's down
that.
there though. I don't like this team at all.
I don't like it either, but it at least has some tools.
Let's move on to the next team.
Yeah.
Yelsu, Wesley, Rip Leonard, R.I.P.
Rip Leonard. That's an awesome team name.
With Palafin, Tornteed, Tyrannocrozma, Grimmsnarl, Ursaluna, Lycandusk, Revavroom, Armarouge, Dusclops, Avila, Gasui, and Wooper Paldea. I think the last four Pokemon on this team are completely worthless.
Well, Armarouge isn't bad. But the bottom three... The bottom three literally don't do anything, and yeah, obviously one of them fucking Wooper. He needs to get Wooper.
Wooper is necessary. I don't think these two are.
Right. We can't shit talk to Wooper, okay? To be fair, he did all that so he can get Wooper.
Yeah, I think there is an issue on this team, which is that you should have Terra the Torn instead of one of the other options. The other two are fine Terra options. But you get it's like Terra Torn is just like that guy.
It should be instead of the Necrozma in reality.
Yeah, instead of the Necrozma. I think Ursaluna Terra is like actually a-okay because you can run.
It's really good. I used it last
silly
season.
Guts, Flame Orb, Terra Normal, Facade.
You could do that, or you could run a defensive Terra, and it's really fucking tanky.
Or you can be like a good Pokemon. Or honestly, honest to God, I feel like I would have given the Terra to Dusk over Necrozma if you want me to be real. I feel like Dusk gets more. I think Dusk gets more out of it.
But yeah,
because like honestly, I feel like Necrozma doesn't need to change type as much, just because like its ability. Because
of Prism Armor, maybe.
Prism Armor really like changing type with Prism Armor doesn't really benefit you in the same way that like being a different type with Lycandusk does, or being a different type with Torn.
Yeah.
I actually do fuck with Grimmsnarl on this team though, because it enables those it does enable the setup threat of Necrozma.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think having the reliable screen setter on a team with this much potential to do it is really good.
There's another team down the line that wish it had this level. Well, it kind of does, but it wish it had
down the line next, basically.
It's another team that wishes that it had that as reliable as Grimmsnarl.
Some might say he even might have gotten sniped on it.
Oh, interesting. Well,
because he got it every time last season, or the last two seasons.
I fucking doubt it because look.
Yeah, I also doubt it, but he probably should have gotten the Ninetales Alola.
Oh, did anyone even take Ninetales Alola?
I don't think they did. I don't think it was ever taken.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. but that's a different team. We'll stop
I
focusing on that
I
team.
actually fuck with Revavroom. I actually think that mode's pretty good. Now that it got high horsepower,
Yeah,
I think that mode's actually pretty good.
yeah, Rare Room is decent, and it's good with Grimstar. I literally only have one main big issue with this team, straight up just one, and it's the fact that your removal is Avalug on a team with Palafin.
And Torn
Well,
and
Torn
Armor
is
Rouge
gonna run boots a lot,
and
but it's mainly Palafin because Palafin needs to come in twice before it can do anything, and then
yeah,
if it's coming in on 2 rounds of spikes,
it's
it's
gonna
coming
be
in
like
at 76.
youch.
So
It's
that
gonna be
kind of
like
sucks. Also,
ouchies.
Ursaluna doesn't want to run boots, so
Yeah.
that thing also gets chipped down really easily.
And Necrozma doesn't want to run boots, and Lycan doesn't give a fuck actually.
He doesn't really give a fuck. He just fucking kills whatever's in
I
front
don't
of it.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
But
I don't give a fuck, bitch.
but
I'm
and
gonna
also
kill
Armor
whatever
Rouge doesn't really want to run boots in a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
So having actual removal is pretty fucking bad. But everything else about the team I actually really like.
Yeah, this team, the bottom three are like poop. I would have just not gotten the Dustclops personally.
Hey, the Dustclops and the Avalok. Let's not shit on Pooper, okay?
I'm not shitting on Pooper. I'm shitting on the
You
other
can't.
two.
Yeah.
But,
Klops and Lug suck, and sadly Lug is the only removal. So that's like the big drawback to this team.
I don't give
I think
a fuck.
removal needed to be prioritized earlier.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking
Sadly.
of removal maybe needing to be prioritized. The Maniac.
Actually, so facts.
I don't actually think we need to talk about their team because they drafted the same thing last time.
I actually
before.
100% agree with you.
So yeah, let's just move on. Central.
Yep. Central team is fucking
I'm just kidding.
crazy.
I'm kidding, Jason. I'm kidding. We have to talk about
I was
the
carrying on the
Maniac's
bit.
team.
Fuck you.
I was making a joke. Okay, they have Enamorous, Terra, Roaring Moon, Terra Annihilate. Jesus fucking Christ. Come on, people. Stop drafting 2 Terramons that both always want a Terra.
And then drafting more Pokemon that would like to Terra.
I would like to draft more Pokemon that want to Terra, please. Volcarona, Manaphy, Cloyster, Klefki, Galvantula, Orthworm, Torterra. We talked about this team last time.
Yeah, we talked about this team like 12 videos ago.
Stop drafting 2 Pokemon that want to fucking Terra all the time.
Maniac drafts the same Pokemon, the same team style.
I don't even think it's that bad.
It's
if like that Terra Annihilate was just like something else, I would like this team so much more.
There's also no removal, like you said, which
well,
is bad for an
Cloyster
offense
does
team.
not
An
spin,
offense team still needs it.
It's less bad for this team because this team's probably gonna want to win in like 10 turns. But I think you're gonna get fucked by the Samurott Hisui team.
Offense teams still definitely want to have a good spinner.
Yeah, and this team doesn't.
Yep.
So what are we gonna do?
Sadly, is there any grounded poison?
No.
That sucks. T-Spice are gonna fuck your ass.
Well, you'll just win.
Kind of wish you had a spinner for that one.
Kind of wish you had a spinner for that one. This team is. I don't like it as much as your team last season because I feel like last season you had a team that could win.
Was it at least this team has a fire resist at least?
Yeah, this team does have a fire resist called Roaring Moon.
So it's called Manaphy. The other one straight up didn't have any, and you got swept by Tauros Blaze.
I know Tauros Blaze. I remember that. Yeah, this team is nearly not as much to say because you can watch the last video we did where we talked about teams, and you'll get the same exact result, except it's worse.
Yeah, just by a tad.
I don't think it's just by a tad. I think it's notably worse.
It is notably worse, but at least it also has access to webs.
The other team was a lot more a lot scarier, even though this one has Terra Enamorous, and that pawn's freaking good.
Yeah.
I just wish the Annihilate was something else, and also that there was a spinner. And
also why do you keep taking regular Volcarona so early? Nobody picks them on.
Because it's his mascot.
It's not even his mascot. I mean, it's his mascot in spirit.
The Maniac mascot.
Maniac mascot.
Okay.
You can stop drafting Volcarona round 4.
You can draft,
it
round
last
6.
round. Nobody picks it
around
ever.
7 or 8 or even 9.
Would you look at that?
Okay, let's move on to Central. Central drafted Garchomp, Terrapagos, Terra Iron Moth, Primarina, Iron Boulder, Tinkaton, Electros, Decidueye, and 2 Ass. The last 2 Pokemon are not relevant to this team in the slightest.
Listen.
We're gonna go like
they are bad. However, both of them have purpose.
I think their purpose is to be bad.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. This Ditto, usually, yeah, I fucking think Ditto is garbage. But at the same time, this is a 3-point Ditto. So instead of like a
Okay.
5-point Ditto where
Okay,
where it
well, can we
usually
talk about
is.
the good things about this team? Because every other
Yeah.
Pokemon he drafted is actually really good.
Yeah. I think this team is fucking super sick, and
I think
I think
this
Terrapagos is
is this is
broken.
one of the best teams. You got good Garchomp, good Terrapagos, which is good spin with your hazards. Iron Moth really appreciates the Terrapagos spin, and you can Terra it, and it just fucking kills shit.
Mhm.
Primarina, good Pokemon. Iron Boulder with Terra is good. Tinkaton's a nice support mon. Electros is a really nice utility, low tier for like it just
Yep.
does a lot for what it's worth.
Yep.
Decidueye, fine. It's fine.
Per Yeah, it's no, I think it's good when it's with Terrapagos
Yeah,
because he
when
can spam ghost moves more
yeah, you can
easily.
spam Ghost Move.
Yeah. The big sad thing is just Persian Alola being there, which I don't
It's
even
the
think it was a
dark.
bad pick on this
Yeah,
draft
I mean,
because
it's if you want a 4-point dark, you're really not gonna get anything
and
better.
and it also helps a bit with the speed, which is it's honestly like a very reasonable pick.
I don't know if this team needs as the help with that speed gap though, because like Iron Moth to Iron Boulder is fine as a speed
It's
gap.
not
I
really a
think
speed gap. It's just more having a resource for speed
that's fair.
to me.
It's I don't think it's super necessary though. It's
It's
not
not, but it also
needed.
it's not like you're right, but it also helps with the
I
other
would have
things, which
liked
is
more if this was something that could threaten to outspeed base 100s. Tinkaton doesn't count.
what do you mean? You have Garchomp.
I meant like you know what I mean.
What?
Because
No.
Terrapagos is 85, Garchomp is 102. The fucking base 100s are just super
Oh
modest.
yeah, I guess that's fair. That makes sense. Well,
That's what
Tinkaton.
Tinkaton doesn't really do that. Like
It
if
can, yeah. It runs speed a
If I'm
lot.
a Zapdos, I don't give a fuck about what Tinkaton is doing to me.
That's fair, but also Zapdos doesn't really want to run max speed all the time.
Yeah, but what if it does?
Then it's not bulky. You're after me. Tinkaton likes to run speed because it has Encore, so it can actually outspeed the shit that it's trying to Encore. You're a little baby ass bitch. I think this team is really fucking good.
I do think it's really good.
Central was really self conscious about it when he drafted it, but now
I think
everybody's
there's
telling him
two
it's
bad
broken.
Pokemon, and they're like whatever.
There's two bad Pokemon, but they're both there with a purpose. It's a 3-pointer that forces prep. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, we
If
finished.
it was 5 points, it would suck.
Jason, we finished.
Yeah,
Let's crown the best team.
the best
It's Aurora
team.
Boros' team.
That's crazy. His team last season was fucking terrible.
This is
I
literally
actually,
from zero to hero. His team
It-
last season was the worst one, and now it's definitely the best.
it honestly is.
It's just you know
It-
Aurora Boros took a look at the book and said, "That's a good team."
Let's not draft a Magnezone this time.
No Magnezone actually makes his team so much better. I hate to say it, but it actually makes his team so much
He
better.
he learned last season that it just wasn't fucking working.
Honorable mention I think goes to
Honorable
team
mention
and
to
Central's
both
team.
wheels. Yeah.
They both ended up with pretty good teams. Everyone else kind of ended up somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Jared Jam, if you're watching this, please fix your team.
Just get any speed. Period.
Also, Mr. Mongol, please. I understand you like your green bar, but please do something different.
Yeah, you
It's
also
not
have point
worth it.
rating. You have point rating, and you got a Raichu. Just straight up. If you don't want to change it that much, just trade out the Raichu for
Just
literally
get a
anything.
Raichu
I don't
for
care.
something
I don't care
else.
what your bar looks like. Raichu's never
You know,
coming
let's
to a
look at
game.
the 5-pointers right now. We can get you something good. Articuno Galar. That's literally just that's better. That's actually so much better. 'Cause it
I
does
mean,
something.
you could literally. It is. You could literally say that for any 5-pointer because
Well, not
Raichu's
Chansey.
never
I don't
coming.
think Chansey's better.
I think it is because Raichu isn't coming. Like period.
I think
There's
you
no
should-
matchup
you
where
know
it can
you know
come.
what Pokemon's better? Raichu Alola.
Actually, facts.
Actually, though.
Wait, why did you pick regular Raichu? Oh, it was because he's weak to dark, probably. No, it's probably because he's weak to ghost.
Yeah, get a mouse hold.
Get a mouse
Get a
hold.
Rotom
It can at least
fan.
come.
Rotom Fan would be more likely to come.
But that might make him weak to ice, man.
Like Dreadnought.
I'm hating. This is rude, man. This is rude for me.
I hate this.
Just
fucking team.
drop the Raichu for any
Please
Pokemon
drop
that's
the
usable
Raichu,
because you
please,
also drop the Floatzel.
please,
I don't know you have a
please,
Floatzel.
please. Drop these last 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, and get actual Pokemon.
Here's the thing: you get 11 points out of that, and you have 1 point already. There's an Arcanine Hisui waiting for you right there. There's a
Whoa.
Goodra Hisui. Don't
Does he have
draft
enough
Hoopa Unbound.
slots for that? He used all his
Uh,
slots, right?
well, that would be he can. You dropping these three, you would have him 8, and he can pick one more Pokemon to get 9.
Ah.
You can get a
Yeah.
Ninetales Alola. You can get a
You could.
fucking Crocodile.
Hey, look at that
You get
thing.
a fucking Reuniclus.
Hey, look at that thing.
That's
Radical's
better
sick.
than those Pokemon. You can
Yeah,
draft an
because they're
Overquill.
actual Pokemon.
You can draft maybe not a Hawlucha. You can
Hawlucha's
draft
good.
you can draft an Espathra and not tear it.
Don't do that. That might actually be worse than what you have, but
I think it would be funnier than what you have.
it would be funnier though.
Actually, I think the non-Terra Espathra would be more likely to come than any of these Pokemon.
You might be right. Honestly, I think the only thing I might disagree with you on is the Floatzel, because at least it is speed and physical attack, but
Yeah.
it's never really gonna come. Basically, we're being mean, but moral of the story is the green bar isn't everything.
The
So
green bar is
now you know for next time.
Ignore that the dock is all green.
True.
It has good type matchups against everything.
But like not really.
Okay, I'm gonna end the video.
Only
now.
partially.
The video's over now.
Okay, bye everybody.